Hey. Welcome back to the Uber Geeks. Today I shall be reviewing the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman vs the Joker. So here we are, and there they are. But first let's have a quick look at the packaging. So here's the packaging. It's very, very large. As you can see, you've got the Batman Arkham Asylum logo right at the back there. We got the plastic where the figures would have sat. You've got DC Multiverse logo and Batman and the Joker. On this side you got DC Multiverse, Batman and the Joker. On the back you have Batman and the Joker. And here you have some other characters in the line. On this side we've got Batman and the Joker, Batman Arkham Asylum, the Batman Arkham Asylum logo again. On the bottom we have barcodes and words and stuff. And on the top you just have Batman Arkham Asylum logo once again. So I'll also put up a picture of how they were stored in the box, because it's actually pretty cool. Batman sat on the left, Joker sat on the right, and it looked like they were locked in combat. There's a cool background going on there as well. You've got like the Earth, I think that's supposed to be, or maybe the moon. No, that's the moon, definitely. So there you go, there's the box. So I bought these two for about £40 off of Amazon, and whew, am I impressed. These are so cool. The coolest, I do have to say. These are the coolest Batman and Joker figures I've ever seen. I only wanted to get these two as a set because this is my favourite bad guy and good guy setup, really, aside from Megatron and Optimus. And they just look so fantastic. The detail. Let's have a quick look at Batman, because he's my least favourite. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad or anything, just look at this guy. You got this whole kind of motif with all this kind of green gunk all over the place. He's got some really dirty boots. He's on his stand. They both got the same stand. They just have the DC logo on there, but look at all the detail, the sculpting, all the muscle definition there. Got this very metallic belt going on. To be honest, I think that the legs are kind of skinny compared to the body, but when I'm looking at it on camera it actually looks alright. But you got all this dirt going on. You got his Batarang, which is one of his accessories. Oh. There you go. And that has some dry brushing on it. Come on, focus. That has some silver dry brushing on it. Looks very cool. Put that off to the side. Just have a look at the Batman himself. And oh my jeez. I wasn't a fan of the eyes when I first got him. Like, they're like just normal human eyes right there, which really isn't how Batman's cowl works. His eyes are usually just completely white, but no, with this figure he's actually got some normal human eyes instead of the traditional white Batman eyes, but the face just looks so well done. Got that green gunk all over his face as well. Mad. This figure is so cool. Looking at the cape, we've got some dirt on the top of the cape, and the actual cape has kind of like a low res texture to it. makes it look like it's from a video game. But just, yeah, wow. This guy's so cool. Taking him off the stand, we can get into articulation now, so the head can move up that far, down that far. Can do a full 360 rotation. You got some tiltage from the side to side. The arms, they can go forward that far and back until that far, until they ends up hindering the movement. They can go out that far. You've got very large biceps rotation. And we got this kind of scary elbow joint, which is just under 90 degrees. And the hands are on a kind of ball joint hinge system. It's very weird, but if you have it in the right configuration, then the hands can move inwards, and you can rotate the hands as well. There is a diaphragm rotation, so you can get some arching of the back and some crunching of the abs. And with the legs can kick forward that far, back that far, before the underwear hinders the movement, but he can do the full splits. You've got some rotation, not a lot, and you've got double jointed knees there. You've got ball joints at the feet, so it can go down that far, up that far, can do rotation, but they rotate at an angle which is accurate to real life, I suppose. And then the toes can move up and down. So that's articulation for Batman, for Batsy. And he is very cool. But let's check out his accessories now. So here we have his grappling gun, which is done with some very nice silver dry brushing. A lot of nice metallic detail going on. Actually makes it look like metal. And it's kind of steampunk-like, so that's very cool. And that will just slot into his hand. You can slot the index finger in there as well, which can be a little bit tricky to do. Little bit tricky. Come on! There we go. And that looks pretty good. Him just holding it like that. Oh, focus. There we go. And he also comes with a collapsed up Batarang, which has literally no use. It's a shame that he doesn't have any like clipping points for his belt or anything, because that would have looked good, just clipped there or something. But last thing that he does come with is a little grenade. If it will behave. I want to see the grenade. There we go. Done a nice silver and a nice black with a spot of gold on the top. And you can have that slotted into his hand. Like so. And then you can throw a grenade at Joker. So, last thing that Batman comes with then, they both come with very dusty collector's cards. So as you can see, he is in the same pose on the card that he was at the start of the video, because it's just a very cool pose. And these are basically direct screen grabs from the actual game. You got Batman down here from Batman Arkham Asylum. On the back you got a bio of basically Batman's life story. He got all his specs going on there. Tells you which game he's from. The 2009 Arkham Asylum game. 6'2", he's huge. Real name Bruce Wayne, yeah, we all know that. Cool. I think now we can get on to my favourite one, which is the Joker. I'll just put that back over here. So, put Batman back on his very dusty stand. Now we'll move on to the Joker. And, oh, this guy is my favourite. Joker has always been my favourite villain. He is super duper, let's say, relatable. As you can see, he comes with the same stand that Batman did. He's also very, very bright. A lot brighter than Batman. He's basically just Batman's opposite. Joker is insane, Batman is just miserable. Batman is very dark, Joker is very lively and bright. But just the sculpting, this is probably the best sculpting work that Mcfarlane Toys have ever done. Because just look at it. This is just a sculpting masterpiece. He's got more of that gunk. He's got it around his mouth, which looks so cool. He's kind of got like mascara on. That doesn't look too bad though. It does look pretty cool. His eyes do look a little far apart for my liking, but that's fine. Got the lovely, lovely green hair, which has like a black wash going through it. So it makes it all dirty. And this figure is just so cool. He's got like wrinkles in his forehead. Wrinkles in his neck, look at that. All these different bits of detail. He's got kind of wrinkly waistcoat there. He's got a dead flower, like a flopped over flower. He's got a little bow tie there. Got all this detail. He does come with a very silvery pistol. This is the pose I've always got him in because it just looks cool, and it's a very Joker-y pose with him like kind of hiding the gun but not really, just like, hi, I have a gun. You got the belt buckle. You got a very cool gold chain coming out of his pocket. He's got patches on his knees. He's got a patch right there. The colour matching isn't great with the knees, unfortunately, especially not on camera. On camera they're a lot darker than the rest of the legs, but in real life they're actually a bit lighter than the rest of the legs. I don't know, but looking at the feet here, proper pointy shoes there. And you got his coattails here that actually feel like fabric. They don't feel like plastic because of all the texturing that he's got. He's even got texturing on the underside where you wouldn't really see it. But he's got some amazing texturing on his gloves. Let's have a look at these hands actually, shall we? Let's take off this gun. Have a quick look at the gun. It's just a revolver, if you're wondering. Oh, which is quite difficult to get out of his hand. Look at these hands here. And they are just covered in gunk, but with all the detail that you can see. Very, very cool. He's got some very skinny arms, which I love. But look at all that green gunk everywhere. It just makes it all look so cool. You got the little thin black belt on his jeans as well. The little button for his pockets. You got this hand, which is a kind of a grabby hand. Looks great. Got these kind of frilly cuffs here. Just awesome. Yeah, the bottoms of the feet are detailed as well, which is really cool. no legal guff on the bottoms of his feet, which you would assume, wouldn't you? But no. And then on the back you've got lots of amazing molded detail. All the creases in the coat. Just gorgeous. Got to show you the bottom of Batman's feet. Hang on. Bottom of Batman's feet have ridges in them, like real boots. Once again, no legal guff or anything. And the stands do help stand the figures up. They do help quite well. They help quite a lot. Now down to articulation. The head can move upwards that far, downwards that far, do a full 360, can tilt side to side like the creepy man he is. The shoulders have an extra, I've got a sneak peek of my Galvatron over there. The shoulders have an extra section to hide the ball joint in there, which is really cool. But the arms can move out that far, can do a full 360, bicep rotation, double jointed elbows, which is beautiful. He's got that same weird ball joint thing, but this time I've had it configured to put it in this configuration, so it goes down instead of inwards. Who knows? But yeah, and then this time you've got waist rotation, which will go all the way around. I wouldn't suggest that you did that, because that can ruin the toy by stretching out the plastic around here. He does have an ab crunch as well. That makes horrible clicking noise and kind of warps the plastic in here, but there's an ab crunch if you need it, and he can arch his back quite far as well. But I don't suggest that you do that either, because that's very scary. The legs can kick forward that far before the crutch gets in the way, and back that far. You can do the full split. You've got no rotation at the thighs, unfortunately, but you do have some amazing range of movement at the knees. Jeez, he can kick himself in the bum. And he's got upwards and downwards movement, rotation, and some quite loose toes, unfortunately, but they go up quite far. So there you go. Now for accessories for Mr. Joker Man. He comes with 2 sets of chattering teeth, wind up teeth, and one open, one closed, and they look pretty cool. So this is the closed one, which has a little bit of a warped winder out of the box, but they're very dirty, very grimy. You got a nail there being drilled in. You got lots of dirty stuff going on there. The teeth are dirty, the gums are dirty, the winder is dirty. On the open mouth, not as dirty, but still pretty grimy. And this winder is also a bit warped out of the box too. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. And I haven't really figured out how he can hold them yet. I usually go for the open one, and I've seen that people have plugged his thumb into the mouth of the open one, which I hate, but if that's the way to do it, then that's the way to do it. There you go. So it's kind of biting his thumb, so he's just like holding it like that, which looks fine, but I prefer him with his pistol, which we can have a quick look at. It's quite a large pistol, to be honest. But yeah, Very cool, nice matte paint for the handle there. Overall, very nice looking pistol. And of course, he also comes with a collector's card, like so, which has his name, the video game he comes from, his real name, which is unknown. He's 6 foot, still quite tall, but very lanky, and obviously his backstory again. And there's the picture, the screen grab, the Joker from Arkham Asylum. Very, very cool. Now for comparisons, here we have Marvel Legends Venom, who is huge. I'm gonna say he's about 6'3", possibly 4. Because when we put him next to the 6'2" Mr. Batman, oh, better put him back on his stand because he can't stand. There we go. I'm gonna put him next to the 6'2" Batman. He is bigger than him. Yeah, so I'd maybe say 6'4", 6'5" for Mr. Venom over here. Venom is a big dude. 20 quid is an absolute bargain for this guy because of how large he is. Here he is next to Siege Voyager class Optimus Prime, and yeah, they're about Voyager class sized. Bit bigger. And here he is next to Kingdom Leader Galvatron, and he's about the same height as Joker is. So there you go. So if you did enjoy this review, because I hope you did, and I definitely enjoyed making it, as I always do, please like this video, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I definitely recommend this set. Please go buy it. It is so worth it, and I'm going to try and get some more Mcfarlane toy stuff as well. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time for hopefully Venom's review. So this was the review of the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman vs Joker, and I'll see you next time for another review. Oh, finally, I reviewed them. Oh, I mean, it took me a while, but I got there. Whew. Ugh. Great. Now I've got to try and do this guy's review without dying.